Hey, good afternoon, Peter Kafalis from Queens Voice. Today we're doing something a little different. We're actually outside of our home borough of Queens. Where are we? We're here in the South Bronx at Crotona Park. And the reason that we're here today, we came to cover the Donald Trump rally. He's going to be speaking in about 2 hours. We came to see what was going on, see the turnout. So far, it looks like a good turnout. He's going to have a pretty warm reception. Minus a couple detractors here. You can see a couple people trading barbs, going back and forth. But we're here to basically get a feel for why the people came, what's on their mind, what they have to say, what's important to them. You can see a lot of Trump merchandise being sold here. So let's go inside. This is the point where we can't drive anymore. Let's take a walk inside and go see if we can chat with some of the folks, guys. Come on in.
I'm from Cuba.
Cuba, you live in the Bronx?
I live in the Bronx.
All right, so being that you're from Cuba and the interaction I saw with that stupid lady, I'm assuming that you could tell our audience that socialism is no bueno?
The worst. I grew up over there, and I tell you, if you wake up in the morning, you don't have peace, freedom, or something to eat, you understand why I'm standing in this line here today. And I'm telling you, socialism, communism, the Chinese government, they could go to hell. We're gonna die here for the freedom. We're gonna die for the Bronx. We're gonna die for America. And if you don't like it, come see me. I'm right here with Donald Trump.
Now, you told that lady that she had a waste education, $200,000.
Right.
So, would you say today's kids in higher education, they're being indoctrinated with Marxism, socialism,
They've been
communism?
told a lot of garbage. These kids, they go to school, they have a lot of sex, they smoke a lot of weed. They don't understand what is the real issue is in America. They sit down with their friends from foreign countries, listening to garbage, and that's where the parents are wrong. Watch what your kids are doing. Remember that thing about where your kids are at 9? They used to say on Channel 5 every night.
At 10 o'clock.
At 10 o'clock. Now remember where your kids are at when you send them to school. $200,000-$300,000 education going down the toilet because they supporting Hamas and supporting terrorist groups. In America, we have to support Americans first. That's why they don't want me to talk, but I'm going to be talking every day. God bless America.
So, for the people out there like AOC that said no one's going to come out and support Trump, what do you have to say?
Hey, AOC, we in the middle of the Bronx. Where you at? Where you at? We welcome you to the movement, AOC. I know you are a confused little girl, but we're going to take you over here and we're going to educate you. We bring you here, baby. We want you with us.
So, would it be safe to say you want to see her fired in bartending again?
No, no bartending for you, mama. You know why? Because bartending is degrading. That's what you used to do. But you're more degrading now because you're going against America. We want to teach you the way of freedom, the way of love. You have to respect the American people.
Raphael from the Bronx stopped by, and I just stopped him. I don't know what he's going to say, but tell us why you're here. Who are you supporting? What's important to you and your family? What's the reason you're here?
I'm supporting the Republicans because we need a change. We have to change here, everything. Because too many things going on, and we don't know what's going on.
Well, tell us. You live in the Bronx. What's wrong with the Bronx? What's the issues your family's facing?
There's a lot of violence. There's a lot of stealing cars, stealing rims for no reason. People buying their own new cars. This morning on 172nd and Vice Avenue, I saw a Honda, brand new Honda. I guess that person must have spent his money, and somebody stole his rim.
And left them on milk crates.
Left them on crates.
Oh, bricks, yeah.
How do you like that?
It's like
change.
It's almost like the 70s and the 80s again.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we're back in the 70s. In the 70s, we're back. You know, where all these buildings get burned out and everything doing, bad people doing bad things. We need a change. We have to change.
Now, I saw you came here with looked like your family, maybe some friends.
Yeah, that's my wife.
So, your wife? Okay, your wife. So I'm assuming she's also supporting the rally, Trump?
Yes.
And you live in the Bronx. Those are issues that not only people in this area of the Bronx or in the Bronx, the whole city, we go all over the place and we hear the same story, crime.
Everywhere.
A lot of violence, a lot of drugs, a lot of mayhem.
I also gave thanks to Trump last time he won. Before he left, I told my wife we have to buy the house now before the taxes goes up.
Oh, the interest rates too?
Yes.
Yeah.
We got a house in Daytona. So we over there now.
So you go back and forth,
So
Florida,
back
New York.
Because you have to finish up over here working. And a lot of people live in New York.
So safe to say, when your family retires, you and your wife, you're going to go down south, and you're going to be many other people. Adios, New York.
We're going to be up there.
Now, tell the folks, you're one of millions and millions of people. Why are you? I just want you to say it. I don't want to speak for you, but why are you and your family planning on retiring? Why did you buy that house in Florida? What's making you guys uproot your lives and move down south?
It's a better living. Everything economic is too high. Gasoline is high. Food is high. Your clothing is high. Everything is high. I mean, we live in a place like in Venezuela, Cuba. We don't need this system. I mean, Tuck Schumer is one of those guys in Biden. Then he's talking about like Fidel Castro. Like he wants to be like one of those guys. We don't need that. We don't need that here, not in New York.
So you feel, and you're not the first or the last one to say it, that New York City has become a third world country?
Yes.
Third world city? Is that
That's
safe?
what they want to do. And if they steal the vote again, forget about the United States. We're going down.
So you believe this is our last fight, Trump, or we're done?
We just gotta have hope. A lot of hope. If we have hope, we'll be okay. If people decide to vote for Republican, not because he's a white man, because a lot of people are seeing people, oh, the white man, the white man. No, it's not the white man. It's that we need to change. We need somebody to represent us in the White House, in every country of the United States. We need more police officers here also, because most of the firemen department also, those guys are leaving too.
Yeah.
They're all gone.
Yeah, everybody's retiring.
We don't have nobody else. We don't have nobody to pick up the garbage. Nobody to pick up the garbage. Now they want to give it to these immigrants, which they don't know what's going on here either.
So is that a problem for the Bronx? Because in Queens, we have a major problem with illegal aliens taking our resources, committing crime.
It is a problem for the Bronx, because the Bronx is the Bronx. There's a lot of people that don't want these immigrants here. They don't want them here.
Now, you as a Latino, are most of the immigrants here, are they from Africa, Haiti, Latino? Where would you say, are they Asian? Where are most of them coming from?
Most of them, they're like from Venezuela, Cuba, most of them from Europe, also from Africa, you know? But
And is it safe to say at least a small portion of them are criminals? A small portion at least are causing a lot of havoc?
well, somewhere, you know, it's like they want opportunity here, but there's nothing here for them. There's nothing here for us either. Nothing here for us either. If it would be something for us here, we would be okay. And then let them come in, but they don't come in to the front door, not from the back door.
So you're basically saying, as a Bronx resident, as a Latino, you don't have a problem with whoever they're coming from,
No, I don't have a problem with that.
but they got to come here the right way, like you guys, like your family.
Like I did.
And
Like
my
I
wife's
did
a
when I was
Latina.
small.
My
I
wife's a
came here
Latina,
praying.
and she came the right way.
Yes, that's right.
So
Okay.
you heard it from Rafael, Bronx resident, and basically he put out a plethora of issues of what's affecting him and his family, why the man is planning on retiring and then leaving, bought a house in another state, Florida,
Yeah.
why he's here supporting Trump, and basically why the man's here, and he's basically enthusiastic. Your wife looked pretty enthusiastic, the party you were with, and we thank you for stopping by with Queen's Voice.
Thank you, Trump, for the house.
I stopped Victor, who was walking by. He's a pro-Trump guy. He just entered the park for the rally. So Victor, tell us why you're here. Tell us what you think about the protesters and share your voice with us.
Sure. My name is Victor. You know, I'm actually very excited to be here right now. You know, supporting my President Trump, the rally, man. I just think, you know, that people are going by what the media, you know, is saying. And we can't let, you know, the media brainwash us. You know, look at the numbers. Look at what Biden, you know, has not done, you know, for, you know, the city of New York, you know, for the city of New York, you know, and even for the state of New York and the state of the country. You know, it's a lot of crime, a lot of craziness. You know, I'm born and raised in the Bronx, you know, and it's crazy. So we need Trump back.
So, in your opinion, when Trump was in office, the Bronx was better off. Everybody, everywhere was better off.
That's right. You know, you know, you cannot let, you know, the media, you know, confuse you, you know, about who to vote for. You know, just because we've been Democrats, you know, for decades, man, made the right decision this time.
So,
because, you know, these Democrats, man, they crazy.
So you think, by the standards that's been going on for almost 100 years, a lot of the minority people, especially in the inner city, have been expected just to show up like a robot, vote for the Democrats.
That's right.
Do you think that now a lot of the minorities are waking up saying, we're going to vote for Trump, he's not a racist, he's not this, he's not that, and you can make your own decision?
Trump has done more for the black and African American community than us Latinos, than any Democrats, man. Look at history. You know, just look at the history. You're going to be able to see. You got to vote for Trump.
And what's the most important thing, as someone who lives in New York, someone who lives in the Bronx, born and raised, right?
Yeah.
What's the most important, you can name like 3, 4, 5, what's important to you and your family, why you want Trump to go back?
Because it's all about safety. You know, remember that the Democrats, you know, they defunded the police, right? And they letting all these movements, you know, like the Black Lives Matters, you know, movement. Man, don't be fooled. I'm a man of color myself, you know? Just don't be fooled. So, you know, it's all about safety. You know, it's all about, you know, us staying safe. Crimes is crazy. Look at, you know, cities like Chicago. Look at cities as, you know, Detroit. Look at cities as Los Angeles, you know. like, we got to make the right decision. New York City needs to come back.
Hey.
It's all about Trump.
What would you say to the folks out there, a lot of the New York Democrats, you've been seeing AOC on the news the whole last couple of days, who said he's not going to get a warm welcome, nobody in the Bronx wants him, no one's supporting. What would you say as a Bronx man?
Don't listen to Alessandro Casio, man. Do not listen to that woman. She's a liar. She doesn't know what she's saying, you know, and all these Democrats in office that we have in the Bronx, they're just lying to you. They lying to the people. We support Trump. In the Bronx, we do that. We support Trump. Don't let them fool you. Don't listen to the fake news. Don't let Alessandro Casio, you know, all these Democrats that are in office fool you. Do not let them fool you. Vote for Trump.
Thank you very much, Victor.
Thank you, man.
Queen's Voice, you heard it from the man, Victor, born and raised in the Bronx. He's here at the Trump rally. He stated why he's here, what's important to his family, what's important to him. So we appreciate you stopping by, and we hope you get in and enjoy yourself.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Be safe. I stopped these two nice ladies walking by. I'm not going to hold them up too long because there's a big line they want to jump on. So just tell me your name, first names, where you live, why you're here, you know, why you're supporting Trump, and what's important, and what you think of the turnout. Was it a warm welcome, or is it going to be a wet towel like AOC said?
No, it's going to be a warm welcome for Trump. I come here because I'm a Trump supporter since the beginning. You want to be president. Before even, I am a supporter of Trump.
Okay.
My name is Sisi, and then go Trump. Trump 2024.
So what about the people, if I may, ladies? There's a lady walking around here saying he's a Nazi with a swastika on a sign. She's getting confronted by a lot of people. What do you say about all that stuff? And do you think that people like AOC and the Democrats are very nervous that there is such a warm welcome?
Who? Let me tell you something. Trump is in the Bronx. We have the governors, the people in the Bronx, the child in the Bronx.
Well, black children don't know what a computer is.
Black children don't know what a computer is. Everybody has a computer in their hand. Okay? I live in the Bronx. I live in Riverdale. But it's still the Bronx.
So, for the record, because I thought it was silly too when she said that.
Yes.
For the record, the black children in the Bronx do know what a computer is, and everybody has access to a smartphone or internet.
Smartphone, internet, Nintendo Play,
So,
everything.
a very stupid thing for her to say.
Very stupid. That's the way she thinks. Very idiot. And let me tell you something. I hope New York can hear her. And then when they go to the poll, and then vote them out. They will see what? They will see said. He's here for the whatever the immigrant from. He get money for them. He was so proud. Trump, the only president who put money for American people. They underestimate Trump.
Yeah.
When COVID, people say, oh, there's no hospital, there's no ventilator. Guess what? He bring you. Where is it? Did they use it? No. There was 500 ventilators hiding someplace.
Well, Cuomo, remember, he had a whole warehouse in New Jersey. In New Jersey.
Now to see Chris Cuomo say, oh my God, they lied to us. No, bitch, we don't want to hear about you. We don't want to hear that.
And
No.
look, we spoke to a lot of people here, minus a few crazies here. Most people here are very enthusiastic like you ladies, and they think it's very important.
This is my trumpet neighbor. Yes, Todd. How are you?
We're here with Elizabeth, Bronx residents. She was just
Yo quiero decirle, espera, yo te llamo ahora, baby. Bye.
Gracias.
Yo quiero decirle, yo vine aquí a darle apoyo a Trump. Yo estoy con él.
Mas usted goes to Trump. Okay, if you could, tell the viewers in Queens, why do you support Trump? What do you like about Trump?
Porque yo pienso que están haciendo mucha injusticia con él y yo me simpatizo por el partido.
E você pensa no 3, 4 anos antes, quando ele está presidente, a vida mais melhor aqui, por você, por a família,
Ahora yo vivo con miedo aquí.
e por na comunidade.
Exacto.
E desta razão você chega aqui,
Por eso
e
yo
você
salí
quer
de mi
olhar
trabajo. Yo dejé a las mujeres trabajando. Yo
Direto.
vine para acá a darle apoyo
por o presidente.
a mi presidente. A mi
Okay.
presidente.
Então, Queen's Voice, por as pessoas que falam espanhol, você escuta nossa amiga aqui, Elizabeth. Muchas gracias, mucho gusto. Muchas gracias. Marty Dolan is here, just stopped by to chat with us. He is running against the AOC here in the Bronx, and she also covers some of Queens. And man just stopped by. He wants to basically state his position. He brought his crew over here, so everybody say hello to Queen's Voice, his whole team. So let us know, what are the issues that you're running for, what are your solutions, and how do you plan to not only challenge AOC, but beat her, and what will you do if and when you are elected to help your constituents?
Okay, so that's a lot of questions. The first thing is Trump. There's an expression in the Bronx called a Trump Democrat. A Trump Democrat is somebody who's been a Democrat for his whole life, but they're so disenchanted with the Democratic primaries radical wing that they're actually going to think about voting for a very flawed Republican candidate. My message to the Democratic Party is the same message that the New York Knicks had, which is if you don't win the game, you have to try harder. It's on us to be better, and we have to elect better candidates, and then we won't have a problem with Trump Democrats. It's up to us to elect better candidates, and we don't have to worry about November and Trump. We have June 25th. We can change things right away by electing better candidates.
Now, when you say the radicals, I'm assuming, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're referring to the Marxists, the socialists, the very radical people. Am I wrong, or is that?
They call themselves socialists. I'm talking about in Congress. You're talking about Jamal Bowman in the Bronx, and you're talking about AOC, who
Very controversial.
very well controversial, and I would say she's chasing two rabbits. It's an old expression, which if you chase two rabbits, you won't catch one. So she's trying to be the Secretary of State for the United States, and she's trying to be Martin Luther King, and she's trying to solve all the issues of the United States, which is very admirable. I respect her energy. I think it's a great thing that she has that passion. But you have a very complex congressional district. Half of it's in Queens, half of it's in the Bronx. And even in Queens, every little district is different, and especially in the Bronx.
Especially since everyone was redistricted in January.
Especially. So I think she's failing her constituents, and people are seeing that, and they're so desperate for a change. That's why this Trump Democrats thing and the Trump rally is getting its energy. I think what you need to do if you're going to be in Congress is be in Congress. You have to do the work. You have to care about your constituents. You have to show up at the veterans lunch or the supermarket, whatever it is, and that's how you make change that gets you results for your district.
Now, I don't know about the Bronx, her district in the Bronx, but I don't live too far from her district in Queens. We've actually been covering it with some other elected officials who overlap her district for other seats. And there's a lot of trouble over there: drugs, prostitution, crime, illegal alien gangs, a lot of violence, all kinds of mayhem over there. But we hear from a lot of folks, her constituents in her Queens district, that she's never in the office, they don't have any contact with her, she has no connection. Is that something that the folks on the ground in the Bronx are telling you, or is that just a Queens issue, you think?
No, that's 80% of what we're hearing is exactly that.
Okay.
In the Bronx, the issues are a little different. There's more about congestion, it's more about crime. In Queens, it's a massive problem with the influx of immigrants who are there illegally, maybe some of them are there illegally, and they're competing for resources that the people who need the resources need. And then, the local drugstore's got crime. You got criminals going in and out of the police station. This is because of AOC. It's not that there was some congressman in Illinois or Texas. This is her idea. And now it's the chickens have come home to roost. And, she has to answer for that.
So, I'm assuming you seem like a very intelligent guy who has a lot of articulate things to say. I'm assuming if and when there's a debate, you will challenge her and obviously throw that football at her and make her answer for that.
I'm going to put that one back to you. So we did challenge her to a debate 3 weeks ago, and her response yesterday in the Bronx Times was that it was beneath her dignity to a debate.
All right, so our viewers know, Marty's basically saying he's up to debate with AOC. Obviously challenged her, and her response was lackluster, to say the least.
I think it was a slap in the face to the voters, because if you're in politics, like here we are in the park, but you could be walking down the street, when she's in a movie theater, she can talk to people. I think in politics, you gotta be willing to talk to anybody, anytime, anywhere. And the fact that she won't, imagine if you're a 12-year-old kid, you're a high school kid, and your congressional representative will not debate another candidate. It's a terrible look. It's a slap in the face to the voters and to the parents and the kids of Queens and the Bronx.
So she wants to keep the seat. The least she should do is defend people who are looking to take that seat.
Well, I wrote about it, and I called her the royal family. I think she wants to forget about the elections.
She's been called worse.
In the Bronx, they have a very strong vocabulary. But I think, she really believes that she's above democracy. And that's no good. How can you change what's going on in your district if you think you're too good for your district?
Well, it's a great point. I want to thank Marty Dolan for stopping by with his team. Good-looking guys and girls. Say hello. And I'm going to let you end the segment here. If there's anything you'd like to say to your potential constituents that you're running for here in the Bronx or in Queens, please let them know, why they should vote for you, why you would make life better.
Yeah, sure. So what you need is a representative whose dream job is to be in Congress, okay? Who is going to be in the supermarket, who's going to take the election district leaders, the community leaders, the community associations, the assemblymen, the Senate, and pull it all together and bring that team up. Right now, there's none of that happening. And then the second part is you want ideas that are going to be popular with 55% of the people, and not ideas that are popular with, whatever percentage, 10 to 20% of the people. And the last thing is, it's up to us. We have to look in the mirror. People got to come out for the primary. You got to do your own research. You got to put a big circle on June 25th. Everybody's a little happy. They're all nervous about what's going on in New York. You can change it on June 25th. Just do your research and get out and vote in the primary. And then you're going to get the candidate that you want.
So you heard it from Mr. Marty Dolan. Basically, he gave you guys in the Bronx and Queens an idea of what he's about, what he wants to fix, his challenges, why would be a good choice. And he was very honest and said, study the candidates, make the best choice. Do you have a website or anything you'd like to plug while we're here?
Well, it's martydolanforcongress.com, and we call it Rolling with Dolan. Right? So
I like Rolling with Dolan.
Let's get Queens and the Bronx rolling.
You heard from Mr. Marty Dolan, Queens Voice. So to the residents of the Bronx and Queens, if you're in AOC's district, do some research on the man, see if his values add up with yours. Hey everybody, Peter Kafalis with Queens Voice. Outside of Queens today, we're actually in the Bronx at Crotona Park. And the reason we're here, if you can't see behind me, there's a big Trump rally taking place. It's already started. Donald hasn't gotten here yet, but he's scheduled to speak a little bit later. You can see all the merchandise out there. You can see all the police, sanitation trucks blocking off the roads. There was Secret Service everywhere. I don't know if you guys could hear, but there's 3 or 4 choppers flying overhead. Anyway, we had spoken with several people. I got to tell you, there's a lot of enthusiasm here. We're guessing there's about 6,000 people right now online, mostly, that we came across. There were a few people anti-Trump. Most of them really didn't have a valid reason. They had some things that other people call offensive and ignorant, and there were a lot of debates going on with a few people on here that were, I guess, trying to get a reaction out of the Trump supporters. But everything's been nice here so far. There's a lot of people here. And I think a lot more people are going to be coming into here as the day goes on. Peter Kafalis reporting from the Trump rally here in the South Bronx, Crotona Park. Thanks for watching, guys.